Hello, everyone. Captain Rich here again from the Golden Eagle Fishing. Today, we're going to go over a few topics. We're getting ready for a big Memorial Day weekend. It's usually the beginning of the summer season. The shore is generally crowded. Hopefully, we get nice weather on it, and it's supposed to be nice, by the way. So, yeah, we'll just go over what's going on in the fishing world, what's going on in the whole Belmar boats world. The Tiki Boats are very busy this weekend. With trips all weekend. The Tiki 1 is virtually booked, and Tiki 2 is going to start its first few trips this weekend. But the Golden Eagle has been sailing every day for sea bass right now. We start our afternoon trips this weekend. So at the moment, it's 7:30 a.m. to between 2:30 and 3, and then it's 4 p.m. to about 7:30 p.m. For the afternoon trips, and they're just on weekends until we get to a little later on in June when Father's Day gets here. The kids start getting out of school, and then people are on vacation, so it'll be every night. Sea bass fishing opened up last Friday, the 17th, and it's been very good fishing. Some days the conditions are a little bit tough and you got to work for the fish. Other days, everything is perfect and the fish are just jumping in the boat practically. Just go over the rules on sea bass fishing with you. You can keep 10 fish at a length of 12 and a half inches or better. Anything shorter than 12 and a half inches has to go back. And by the way, we are catching a lot of shorts too that go back, but you're still catching the keepers you need, the keepers you want. And sea bass is some of the best tasting fish that I think anywhere in the ocean. I mean, I know, for example, over at Klein's Fish Market, which is just down the street from here, but we pass it on the boat every time we come in and out. I mean, sea bass is about the highest selling price fish they got in there. It sells for $24.99 a pound, filleted. So, it's an expensive fish because it's a very tasty fish if you cook it right. But like I said, the sea bass fishing has been good. And I look forward to getting the afternoons going this weekend. We are Saturday and Sunday. We are sold out in the afternoons already, which is a good thing. But we have openings next weekend. We're going to hopefully catch a lot. I think in some of the podcasts as we get down the line here, maybe next week to start, we'll bring somebody in that can show you how to rig your lines for sea bass the best way, whether you're bait fishing or if you want to jig. We'll show you the proper knots to tie. I know the old adage is if you can't tie a good knot, tie a lot, but that doesn't really work all the time. So we'll help. We'll show you some things there, and we'll also get to some techniques of jigging. I know we're fishing, generally speaking, in 80 to 100 foot of water right now for the bass. Maybe once in a while it gets a little deeper, but if you're jigging, you can get away with a spinning pole and like a 2 or 3 ounce jig. It's fine. If you're bait fishing, if we're on the anchor, you probably can live with a 6 or 8 ounce anchor. If we're drifting, which tends to be a little bit better when we're fishing, you might have to go heavier. You might have to start out with 6 or 8, and then keep going up as you see what the conditions are. The drift could, the wind generally in the morning. It's nice and calm. In the afternoon, we always get the wind pick up a little bit. I mean, not to where it's not nice in the ocean, but where maybe the drift is a little too quick for you. So then we drop the anchor. So that's the general parameters right now. I always use my conventional rod and reel when I'm bait fishing. I just for sea bass or bluefish or things like that. It just I don't know. It just seems more comfortable to me. Jigging, for sea bass for sure, or fluke, or striped bass, or bluefish, I use a spinning rod. It's much easier to cast, even for
relative beginners. You can teach you how to cast a spinning rod much faster than you can master casting a conventional. They tend to backlash less. They're easy to throw out there. It's something we rent both of them if you need poles. We rent both conventionals and spinning rods. So I said, if we're jigging, go the spinning rod route. If we're bait fishing, go to conventional rod route. That's my rule of thumb anyway. Just as an aside, something that is completely off this topic, but I just heard today that the National Marine Fisheries has put out the regulations for bluefin tuna. And right now it is 12 school bluefin tuna and 2 mediums per trip, which is an increase over past years on the bluefin side. Yellowfin's still the same, 3 per person. Longfin, unlimited. Big eyes, unlimited. If you catch 3 big eyes, you'll be a folk hero, trust me. So those regulations literally just came out. Our exotics trips would start in mid-July and go through August. They're like, 15-hour, 16, 18-hour trips. They focus on bluefin, mahi, albies, bonita, and yellowfin also, the inshore yellowfin. So that's where we get a chance to catch them. And like I said, we're happy with the bluefin because prior years it was 9 per boat with 6 smaller ones and 3 mediums there. And I think I don't remember the exact numbers, but the smaller ones are 27 to 40 something inches, 42 inches or something like that, and then the mediums are 43 inches to 72. Anything over 72 is a giant, and the giant fishing is closed right now. They will open that back up in the fall, though. Anyway, but to go back to the more local stuff that's going on right now, the weather finally has broken in our favor. The winds seem to be blowing out of the east or northeast every day have backed off. We now have your typical start the day, winds are calm. Later in the afternoon, the southerly comes up a little, but nothing major. So, and it's warm out. It certainly has been in the 70s and 80s inland. You get out in the ocean, it's a little different story. The water temperature is still 57, 58, 59 degrees, maybe even 60 some days. The wind comes across that, it cools it off. I mean, not that it's cold. You don't need mittens and gloves and hats out there, but you certainly, need a sweatshirt for most of the day. But as soon as you come through the bridges, it just warms up about 15 degrees and you can't get your clothes off fast enough. Just prepare for that. And that will stay that way pretty much until later in June, when the water starts to warm up, the upper 60s, low 70s, and then, you're actually happy that it's a little cooler out there because it's so damn hot inland. So if you're going to come this weekend or next week, just remember to bring that. Our galley is open. We have breakfast sandwiches for you, bacon, pork roll, sausage, and eggs and cheese. And then we can get you lunch with the hamburgers or hot dogs or cheeseburgers. And then your normal array of chips and snacks and soft drinks and water and things like that. Beer and wine, if you want it, you're more than welcome to have it. Bring it with you. The same way on the boat, we sell all kinds of tackle. It's not a tackle shop, but we sell the tackle you need to catch the fish that we're targeting. So if you don't have any tackle and you think you need some, or you think you want some more, we have it on the boat for you. You don't have to go to the tackle shop and then you end up buying 5 things that you really didn't need. So what we sell on the boat is what we're using. And let me mention a little more about the Tiki Boats, folks. This weekend, basically the start of the summer season. Tiki Boats, you could have groups of
4 or 5, or you could have groups up to 25 or 30, however you want to do it. You want a 1.5 hour cruise around the river, you want a 2 hour cruise around the river, you want a 3 hour cruise around the river, you can book the boats any way you want like that. And it's all BYOB. Bring your own bottles, liquor, beer, surf sides, all those other different kinds of refreshments. We got ice on the boat. We got a cooler for you. You bring the stuff, and we'll get it cold and keep it ready for you. Again, those stay in the bay. So if it's 80 degrees inland, it's probably only 70 degrees out there, but not cold enough where you need a sweatshirt. You can just dress like you're at the beach. And as the summer goes on, that warms up, and the Tiki Boats will now be busy from now until, depends on how the weather goes, but at least into late fall. Late fall, mid October is when we kind of started, winding it down last year. They're available 7 days a week. There's 4 or 5 trips available. I think there's 4 trips on the weekdays, 5 trips on the weekends. So there's plenty of time for you to, and it's a great way. It's a great way to enjoy an hour and a half or 2 hours, just having some fun, having some cocktails, driving along on the river, just enjoying yourself with some friends or family. And again, you could do it for a brunch one at 10:30 in the morning, or you could do it for a sunset cruise at 7:30. That leaves at 7:30 in the afternoon, or in the early evening, I should say. So that is gearing up. The Tiki Boats are very busy this weekend, and if you want, you just you go online and you make your reservations there, BelmarTikiBoats.com. And the Golden Eagle, you can make your reservations for the Golden Eagle too at GoldenEagleFishing.com. The afternoon trips, you really should make your reservations because, like I said, this weekend is sold out. Next weekend, I see reservations getting on there. And the daytime, unless it's a busy weekend, you can probably walk on the boat. But Father's Day weekend, 4th of July, that whole thing, you should make your reservations. Another thing that I should mention, is we do a fireworks cruise on 4th of July. It is a really good time. We go up to Long Branch, and we sit up there and watch the fireworks. I think I mentioned this last time. The Long Branch fireworks, at least they want to be the top dog in Jersey. So they let all the other towns nearby shoot off their fireworks before they start. So you really, out in the ocean, can see fireworks shows from 10 or 15 miles away. You have many different fireworks shows going on. And you could even see some up in the East River or up in the Hudson River this year in New York. But we sit up there. We leave at 7:30. We get up there. We sit and wait till it gets dark and, have some fun on the boat and see the fireworks. And then we come on back and 10:30, 10:45 is about the time we're back. Not too late. So the boat gets booked every year. Make your reservations early because once we get to a certain number of people, we're full, and you got to try someplace else. But that's the only other thing going on, really. We got the other charter boat. He's done with the stripers fishing up in the bay. He's back down here in Belmar. He's sea bass fishing or striper fishing right now. And if you're interested in chartering that boat, again, maximum 6 people, VictoriaMarieFishing.com. Like I said, next week we'll have some other people in here to show you some techniques and knots and things like that. And until then, we'll see you later.